Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, fine.
This is the bus driver and Jean as we leave for the big function tonight in the Knights of Columbus building. Hey, War.
Did you take your thumb off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your
Who went and read my thumb on?
Here we are. Just arrived to the big do. Everybody's all dressed in their sunny best for the partying.
Very well. Thank you, Mr.
Are you counting your money?
Keep the change. What are you?
Where's your dollar?
Oh, geez, no, you owes me a dollar. I want to pay it. No, I got one here. No, I'll give you that's all I got.
There's some more of the crew. Huh?
You got that insured, I hope?
No, it's not insured.
Welcome to the Central Newfoundland
Thank you.
Pensioners Association.
Thank
You
you.
have a lovely evening.
Thank you. We will, I'm sure. Excuse me.
And this is Mrs. Strover, Lemoyneswood. Okay?
Mrs. Who?
Lemoynes. Okay, here we are at the Knights of Columbus in Bishop Falls, getting ready for our reunion. And with me we have a few members of the organizing committee of Bishop Falls and former railroaders. To my left is Mr. Gordon Lannon.
Gordon Manor, yes.
Jack O'Reilly and Ron Moore. Now, Gordon, you worked on the railway doing what?
I started out as a brakeman and I finished up as a railway conductor.
Oh, very good. Now, how long are you retired now?
I retired in '85, so that'll give me 11 years.
Very good. And you're enjoying your retirement?
I am so far.
Yeah, and it's sad to see the rail line up across the aisle.
It is. It's sad in a lot of respects, but what kills me is the lack of interest by politicians with regard to the, I suppose, maintenance of the remaining railway memorabilia.
Exactly.
You know, in the different communities throughout the island. They've got no, as far as I can see that they've got no interest.
Very good. Okay. Okay, with Mr. O'Reilly, you worked at the railway. You were a conductor. I remember you when I was working on the road. Yeah.
Quite a while. I was conductor for quite a while. I joined the railway in 1943.
Yeah.
Spent 43 years at it.
Yes.
And I enjoyed every minute of it.
Very good. I guess you ran east and west, didn't
I
you?
ran east and west from Portabass to Clarendon.
Yeah. Did you always live here in Bishop Falls?
I was born here in Bishop Falls.
Born here in Bishop Falls. Very good. Very good.
I'm enjoying my retirement. I go down to the Loop every year. See
Trinity
some of
Loop.
the Trinity Loop every year. See some of the old railroads and all that stuff.
Yes.
So having a good time.
Good. So how do you feel about this reunion now? I know you did a lot of work on this, you fellas. And,
We're looking forward to this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I was in St. John's and there was a Christmas party that you had in there.
Oh, yes, sure, yeah.
Half a dozen of us went in there. We had quite a time in there too.
Good, good. Okay, Ron, you were an operator. I know when I started on the road. Where did you start now with the railway?
Well, now I started in 1947 on the Newfoundland Express in the diner. That's where I worked in the summer months and go back to school.
finally, when I finished school, I went back on the diner, and in November month, then I went out as operator. The 48-hour week came into effect, and Mr. Fitzpatrick, God bless his soul, as stricken as a manager or boss he was, or superintendent, he was a fine man, great man. And I was called up to his office and asked if I'd be interested in going on operator. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll take that. 1949, I went operator, and I ended my career as an operator in Bishop Falls.
Very good. So how long are you retired now?
I retired since 1988.
Okay.
This is 96, so that's 8 years.
Very good, very good. By the looks of this hall and what we've seen so far, we're all enjoying ourselves from the east side. There was a tremendous amount of work went in there, and I'd like to congratulate you because I know the dinner will be first rate, and we're really having a good time to enjoy it.
Thank you very much. We hope that you'll continue to enjoy it.
Thank you.
Until it's all over, and we'd like to see you back again next year when we try to make it an annual event.
Please God. We should work towards that.
I think we should work towards it, and with the cooperation of St. John's, sure, I think we'll accomplish it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
Just before you turn around, I'm going to end the conversation with the sounding of the bell.
Sounding of the bell.
Okay.
There we are.
Very well.
Three bells.
That's off the old steam engine.
No, the year I came to work, he retired. So.
Newfoundland Railway, 1002.
Do you have to get married? Not a smile in the face. No. And I said, no, sir, I knew what he was doing. I said, no, sir, not thank you. But he said,
There's the bell that we heard ringing just now.
I said, okay, sir, walk that about. The wedding was on just like that.
Anyway, we're talking about this. He was overseas, right? Yeah, right.
This is one of the CN cruisers. Railways, I guess you call it. Well, that's what it is, 0800. 800? I was trying to figure out what it was, but I couldn't see from here.
Must be the counties, the Cumberland, and the pups.
Pups, yeah, the pups.
Oh, welcome aboard. I must say, they put a lot of work into this reunion. Some beautiful pictures that they have around. It's a horse and cart. I don't know where I went that time. There's another picture that they got up. It says, "Those were the days, my friends."
Yeah. You can repeat your order after.
What's his name?
Excuse me?
Here we are sending a message for wireless code. This is what they used many years ago before they had the telephone.
Before the phones came in.
Yeah.
Give your name, huh?
Now read your message. Read your message now. Read your message.
Order number, what was it, 50 to engine 900 at Grand Falls. Engine 900 run extra Grand Falls to Bishop Falls. Meet number 1, engine 905 at Cruises Brook. And the signature was PJ, the dispatcher. Operator Stiles. Over.
What are your name now?
AJ Stiles. Operator.
Very good. Very good. Excellent.
Now.
Do I get her plate?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You got any idea about that?
No, my father could, no, I couldn't. My father could, but I couldn't.
Well, that's the opposite.
Yeah.
He's welcoming us to
I just said
Bishop
welcome to going
Falls.
to Bishop Falls. I said all that.
Very
Very
good.
good.
I give you a train order, you want another one?
What dispatcher was fine to that order?
PJ Dwyer. Doggone days. I only had it for 6 months. I carried a little box with the key into it like that. And you go into this, what they call into a cutting house. Put wires from the main line, came down and came into the cutting house. And you hook up your set and you call, because you're on the line, talk to St. John's and tell them that you're in trouble, whatever the case might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they would pay me $5 a month for carrying this little box. You know, and then of course you were also supplied with climbers, little
Get up the pole.
climb up the pole if necessary. If there's no cutting, if you wasn't in the place where there was no cutting house, you cut the wire, take it on the first approach, and join the wire onto the end of the wire. And of course you talk to your train dispatcher. That's of course control the train. And then we had, so even in recent years, after the keys went out, we used to use the phone. And with 4 pieces, you put them together and join them together and get up to the reach on it. Now in the timetable, of course, there was directions to tell you where you were in a certain wire. You probably don't know wires on the
Yeah, it was out in the timetable.
In the timetable, you hook onto the quick wire, That's a copy order. So sitting down by the pole down on the ground there, you know. Wasn't easy. Sometimes you come indoors all the rain, that'll be California rain,
slow in the gap.
You had to guess half it, you know.
That's right. Up in the gap.
I hope that cut me on that.
I have a friend of ours there, and he came out this morning.
Oh, what end of very strange. She's still up on the mainland. An old girlfriend who's her she's asked me about it.
This is where we are, all waiting for that big meal. Okay, way to go.
Okay, hi, here we are at the Centre in Bishop Falls, Knights of Columbus. We're getting ready for our banquet. And we have Mr. and Mrs. Jim Lynch here. Jim was a founding member of this organization, CM Pensioners in St. John's. He had a varied career. He started off with the police force. So I'm going to ask him when he started and give us a brief history of his career.
I joined the Newfoundland Constabulary, now the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary in St. John's, on September 5th, 1939. I wasn't there. And I worked with the constabulary for 11 years, all the war years and the years leading up to Confederation. And then when the CN started in Newfoundland in 49, 1950, they decided to start the CN base. So I resigned from the constabulary and joined the CN base in August 1950. Then I spent 32 years with CN Police and ended up as superintendent for the whole of the island, Labrador, and Cape Breton, the rank of superintendent. And after 32 years in 1982, with the 11 that I had in the constabulary, for a total of 43 years as a policeman. And then I pulled it in and we retired 15 years ago. Here we are, still there.
Very good. So, Jim, you were with the association, or the Retired Association of Police, Royal Newfoundland Constabulary, aren't you?
Yes, I'm first vice president of the Stabbury veterans.
Now you have a celebration this year as well.
Our 25th anniversary.
Yes.
We just recently, on May the 26th, a parade from Fort Town down to St. Thomas Church and back. And 2 days ago, Joan and I did the reception in Government House.
Very good.
And we got the chance to give the bit of belong in the government.
Very good. So Jim, now you started this organisation of seeing pensioners when?
In about April 1989, it was in the fall of the year. And, I guess it was about 10 or 14 of us attended the first meeting down on the third floor of the old station building. It went from there. We had our first, we called our first general meeting about 2 months later up in the boardroom of the Express Command. Went on to the adopted Constitution. There we are today. As well.
Very good. So how do you feel about this reunion now?
Well, great.
First reunion we ever had.
And like this one, we're both 75 years old.
Oh, you're not going away with that, are you?
She's 39, I'm 75.
Very good.
You know, it took a long time to have something like this, and I guess it's a long time before we did something like that. At least I hope.
Nothing like having a younger woman.
Yeah, that's true. You know, it goes between
Yeah, but see,
thoughts here.
That's right.
keeps me in good physical shape, and that's what counts.
That's right. Okay, Jim, we wish you well. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We are now at the reception. I'm going to do a picture of the head table. There is the head table and all the rest of those, so that we can see all the crowds that are gathered together here for their reunion. So we've had a great turnout. The tables and everything are just set up beautifully for the ladies here. We are having 1 minute silence for those of the railway.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I would like to call on Mr. Fabian Kennedy to come up now and say grace, if you would, please.
Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts, which from thy bounty we are about to receive, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Like the porter on the Newfoundland bullet used to say, the last call to dinner. announcements here to make, and while the ladies are bringing out the meal, I think I will read these out now. This is from Mr. Tuck from the St. John's Pension Association. We have a quantity of newsletters on hand, reunion special edition. Everyone is encouraged to pick up one. There are a few handouts regarding the proposal by a group in Whitburn relative to the erection of a memorial in memory of railway fatalities. Please spread the word to your communities. There are a few application forms available in case there are those who are interested in membership in our association. And also, later on in the evening, this picture up on the bar here, it's from the St. John's Association, and they're going to have a special draw for that later on this evening. It's a picture of the bullet, and this is mainly directed to the St. John's gang. However, anyone can participate if they so desire. We no longer own the road cruisers and are required to provide accommodations for 2 nights for a driver. And all these brochures and that are up on the bar, and anybody who feels like they want one, they can pick them up. Okay? Thank you very much. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the little wine and cheese party that was held out here in the lounge in the club last evening, it was mainly the St. John's Pension Board provided that, so we just want to make clear that, you know, it wasn't the group here in Bishops who provided it. Okay? Thank you very much. Better the mail straightened out, I'm going to have to hire a new secretary. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, there are 2 lucky plates in the building that somebody could win a prize on. So before the ladies take your dinner plate, please check the bottom of the plate. You could win a Ford Ranger or something. Thank you. And Mr. Chater. Who is the oldest person in this building? That's not a very good question to ask, I would say.
These are the longest. 80 and over. Yes. Work your way down.
Who's 80 or over?
Hey, there's a man, boy. Look.
There's an honest man.
An honest man.
Is there only one person over 80?
No, there's only one honest person.
Would this gentleman come forward, please, and cut the cake in the shape of a 1002 steam locomotive, if you will, sir?
Should have a lady.
There we go. Another one coming. Hold up.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I have your attention, please? We got to get the show on the road. So first of all, I would like to say how happy and pleased I am to be here this evening and to see so many former CN employees, Marine Atlantic employees, dockyard people, some I know to be associated with such a fine group of people. I would like now to introduce the head table. I might have to hire a second secretary to get it all straightened out. So we'll start off to my immediate right There's Ron McCarthy, who Ron got a title, by the way. He's the secretary of the Pension Association of Newfoundland, I guess, is it, Chess?
St. John's.
And Mrs. Chansey. There's William Barron, who is the treasurer of the National Council and Pension Board representative. And Mrs. Barron. There's Kevin McDonald, who is the president of the Pensioners Association, and Mrs. McDonald. There's our mayor, Oliver Rose, and Mrs. Rose. There's Mr. George Saunders and Mrs. Saunders. And my good lady friend here, Patricia, my wife. There's some more people. Mr. Gordon Lannon and Mrs. Lannon. Mr. Ron Moore. Mr. George Robinson and Mrs. Robinson. And there's Ted Young and Mrs. Young. Ray Wade and Mrs. Wade. And Walter Morgan and Mrs. Morgan. So I hope I got all the names. Or either that I'm going to have to hire a new secretary. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to have to. Well, yes, I got a couple more announcements to make, and I think I'll make them before I go any further. The CBC intends to make a documentary on the railway construction in Newfoundland. They would like pictures of the building of the railway or people who were involved in it, picture of old trains, and etc. So anybody who has any artifacts or anything like that who could help out these people, they could contact Mr. Kennedy of the Pensioners Association in St. John's. Also, there is a video being made by the St. John's Pension Association of this entire weekend trip. Also, this affair here this evening. And the videos are going to be available in approximately a month or probably 5 weeks. So anybody who's interested in obtaining a copy can contact probably Mr. Ron McCarthy of the Pension Board in St. John's. So I think that's all my bulletins I got right now. I might have to get the dispatcher up, or I guess to get a work order on this. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to tell a few stories. We can't be here all night, and, so I'd like to tell a story before I introduce the gentleman to make a toast to the railway workers. I always have trouble with this mic. The little guy, now I hope nobody takes offense to anything I say here tonight. It's only all in fun. And if I do, I hope I don't offend anybody.
It's on video.
The little guy